G'day everyone, and welcome back to another shell finding adventure. Yes, we are up at Hervey Bay. Hopefully we can find some seashells. I mean, there's seashells everywhere. I've just kind of been looking for a few minutes. Think I want this guy to start us off with. Got a lovely frilled Venus. There is a lot of broken shells on the shore here today, also a lot of intact ones. There's some propeller arcs here. Might grab up the orange looking one too. The orange ones tend to turn orange because of the mangroves around here. They're typically a more lovely white colour. And I'm also going to collect up a couple of these when I see them as well. Got myself some blackish margarites. I mean, that one looks black, that one looks red. They usually look a bit red around here. Are you whole? I think it is whole. Let me just rinse it out in this tiny little puddle. Got myself a half cockle. I don't see very many of them here. I don't know why they're more uncommon when there's a lot of other bivalves on the beach, but I think they're really cool with that kind of diamond shape. This one is one of the rare cowries that actually pops up here in Hervey Bay. It is the green-tinted cowrie, and no, it's not very green anymore, is it? This is like one of the only cowrie species in Australia that actually lives on the sand flat, so that's why we sometimes see them here. Oh, it's the first murex today. Is it whole? It is whole on the bottom. Sometimes you pick up a shell and there's just like a big gaping, like missing part right at the base there. Oh no, this one looks good. It looks frilly. This guy is a scary murex. Always love finding them from here. They're a bit uncommon and it's hard to find ones with the frills sometimes. They get worn away very quickly like a lot of the other shells around here. So there are a lot of moon snails on the beach today. There's a lot of like tired and kind of faded looking ones, all broken ones too. So I'm kind of like I'm kind of a bit of a moon snail snob these days. I'm waiting for that perfect one to pop up. Until then, I might collect a few of these. It is a lovely Flinders Venus. They're nice and common on these shell piles here. And there's a fair amount of shell piles today. Ooh, little flat. Are you beautiful on top? You know what? Oh my goodness. I was expecting that to be absolutely disgusting on top, but no, he's got like a nice red pattern. Okay, that is the flat side of a commercial scallop. It's just a little one. They can get many times bigger than that as well. It looks a little bit worn away right on that like base part, but it is a nice red scallop. Judging by the shape of it, I think it might be a glory scallop. It's covered in sand, but how do you look? I mean, I think it's a whole shell. It's also very sandy. I've got myself a two-toned cardita right here. Oh, that one looks very red, probably because it's got a lot of moisture in the shell. You know, having water in it will do that. It is a little scaly scallop this time. Oh, that looks like a nice color on this guy. I've seen a lot of moon snails today, but I haven't been picking them up yet. This guy has got like a very nice saturated color, so I reckon he's a keeper. Got a very good lip on him too. This one is a sorted moon snail. Oh, I like the red colour on the side. It's nice on the front too. Okay, gonna take this guy. It is a lovely Indo-Pacific arc shell. Very, very similar to the zebra arc shells in the United States. It is also called a turkey wing here, or at least that's what I call them as well. I just noticed this guy. I don't think I've ever seen one of these before. Maybe, or maybe it's a very faded one. It looks like a dog cockle. It could be a grazed dog cockle. I'm not really sure. There's almost no dog cockles here. That is very surprising. I do like that nice kind of like tigery stripy pattern in the middle though. Oh, this one was like maybe stepped on. I'm not really sure, but it's mine now. I shall not step on you in the future. This one looks like a violet-edged spondylus. You can kind of see that he's still got some of his thorns right there. The spondylus means thorny oyster. Oh yes, that is a very shiny bladder moon snail. He's got a very nice lip as well. Lovely blue eye. They usually do have blue eyes from here, or at least while they're nice and fresh like this, they can fade quite quickly under the sun here. This one is a beautiful yellow-coloured bladder moon snail. They come in a yellow colour or like a grey-green colour. I'll have to hopefully find some grey-green ones later too. This guy, he looks nice and large. It is a nice, big and joined pillar. The joint on that is very, very fragile. It's about to snap off. Let me just wash it out a bit. I find a lot of joined ones of these here, so they must be like a fairly common shell to find on the reef or just to have washed ashore like this. Yeah, it's got a thick brown periostracum on it, and that helps the shell to grow. And yeah, it also protects the shell as well, but it's hiding this beautiful color underneath. It's going to bleach up very, very nicely. Well, that is a grey-green bladder moon snail. They're always white on the bottom. Let's see how he is. Ooh, okay. I don't think that was on camera. I'm sorry, everyone. Here we go. Got some black on him. Got some yellow. Got that lovely blue eye. Hopefully, I can find a few more on the mud flats today. Also, yes, I did just pick this up from right next to it. It is a lovely jeweled dog whelk. And, yeah, that looks like a nice one. Let's have a look at him. This guy should be a shrewd top shell. There we go, nice and empty. And it's another moon snail. This one is the grey-coloured sorted moon snail, just a bit different than the maroon-coloured ones. I couldn't really tell you what makes one grey and what makes one maroon, but anyway, it must be something to do with genetics. I like how these grey ones usually have a lovely red swirl, or at least another dark swirl on them. Look at this pretty fella down at the shore here. Oh my goodness. Here we go, everyone. That is the first Stranger's Scallop today. They get a lot of crazy colours. I'm kind of like, they could be orange, but I'm wondering if this is like influenced by the mangroves. Either way, it does look absolutely fantastic. It's got its little wing hinges there too. I think they're called auricles. Another bladder moon snail. There we go. It's got quite a light yellow colour compared to the first one. It might have been sitting up at this high rack line for a little while. And yes, definitely empty inside. I'm surprised by how many moon snails I'm finding. I wasn't sure if I'd find many walking in this direction on the beach. It is a lovely sorted moon snail, and you know it's one of those because sorted moon snails have that beautiful red on their bases. Okay, I don't usually get excited over bivalves, but this one is beautiful. Look at this scaly scallop. It's like a really dark... Oh, don't drop your beautiful scaly scallop, Maddie. It's like a dark black burgundy colour. It's got like a big oyster on there, but that should knock off pretty well. I don't want to do it because it's like the scales are kind of stabbing me. It looks very, very interesting because the scales are so long. They don't usually like stay that long for long. Oh my goodness, that is very cool. Ooh, maybe, yes. Yeah, he looks really good actually. These guys never have their tips. If you like look for them online, none of the people who find these as well ever find them with tips. I can't tell you why not. This should be the brown-ribbed mud seraph or something like that. I never remember the names of this one. It's absolutely terrible of me. It is a type of mangrove snail. It means I'm getting a bit closer to the mangroves today. Well, you know, I think this is like yet another different kind of scallop from here. There's a lot of different kinds of scallops. It doesn't look like a commercial scallop to me. I'm not sure if it's a leopard scallop or something else. It's kind of nice, so I like the big ridges on it. Ooh, that one looks good. Yeah, hoping to find a couple of really nice ones of these, especially on this side of the beach. On this side of the beach, I find that they usually have a more maroon colour. This one's kind of like a nice burnt orange. It is yet another Indo-Pacific arc shell. Here we go. That is potentially a very nice strombus. Does it have the tip? It's missing the tip, everyone. I'm still going to keep it though. Look at the nice patterns on this one. Got some lovely yellow patterns on it. When these guys are super fresh, they have like brown or like dark brown patternings. I think they kind of like fade to a yellow and then they kind of like wear themselves away a bit. But yeah, this one's still a very nice one. I am going to take this one because it looks nice and yellow. Ooh, it's kind of like an orange on the top. I wasn't sure what to expect with it because these ones fade very quickly to just like a plain dull white colour. This one's a nice sized calf moon snail. You get a few calf moon snails here, but they end up looking pretty worn pretty quickly. So this one's pretty good with some colour left on it. It's like so small, everyone. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, they're always missing like a tiny bit of their tip, but look at him, no holes, and his whole like tail is all long as well. This is the long-tailed spindle. Hopefully I can find a few more today. That is a very cutie patootie. He goes into the bucket of chaos, delicately. Pow. Oh, we've got a baler. Do you have patterns? He has the faintest amount of patterns on top. Look at him. That is the second baby baler today. The first one was kind of so-so. I like the size of this one. It also just feels a bit nicer too. Yep, okay, that one's coming with us too. Pow. This guy has like a lovely red ring around him. He's nice on top too. Yeah. Is this the first curved half of a commercial scallop today? I think it is. It's lovely. Got some nice cream kind of gradiating into like a pinky peach color. I think I just like that red ring on the back more, that like rim. Okay. Yep. Here's another one for the bucket. So this shell here is actually quite a common one, but I really like the red color on it because I get kind of like gross and kind of boring really quickly. This one should be a mud arc. They're just a very common arc shell. But once again, I just thought this one had like nice textures, a bit of nice red. Here's another great bivalve for us today. Oh, do we think this one is whole? Whoa, I was not expecting that. I thought it was just going to be a piece. There we go. It's missing its tip like they almost always are, but it is another long-tailed spindle shell. Another grey-green bladder moon snail. It's I don't know, it doesn't look as unique as the first one. It looks very typical, but it looks very shiny. That is another great one. These bladder moon snails get very sun-worn very quickly. Oh, that one is quite unusual to find here. He is extremely faded, but I'm going to take it anyway. It looks like a chameleon neurite. They're I find nice ones down south on the Sunshine Coast, but up here on Hervey Bay, they're not really a common shell. So yep, that's another great one. A nice little blackish marguerite. I've been picking up a few so far, but this one looks quite good with its darker colour. I feel like ones that are this colour kind of like represent their name a bit better than the faded pinky red ones. What? Since when? My goodness, it is whole in the front too. That spiral is intact. Since when did these wash up here? It is a very thin shell, so I'm not surprised that the shell has broken right there. This is a violet sea snail. I mean, it's faded to be more like a pink colour really on that back there, but yeah, I found a whole heap of these one time, like, it was 6 months ago. I didn't think they washed up in Hervey Bay. I mean, technically they can wash up anywhere, but okay, that's a really unusual one to find here in Hervey Bay. Another murex. Is it whole one? It is a whole one. There we go. It's just a very, very small one, but it's very prickly, so the spines are in nice condition. Unlike the first murex I picked up, which was a scary murex, this one is a short-spined murex. I always have a lot of luck finding them on this side of the beach. He looks shiny. Oh, he's all whole too. That is awesome. There we go. Got the white baby's foot on the back, that shape there. Some people call it a baby's foot because of that. This one is a jingle shell. It is specifically the Australian jingle. Sometimes they get even shinier than that, but I just like this one for its nice gold color this time. They can also get kind of like black and silver and orange as well. I can already see around it. That is a lot of periostracum on this shell. Yeah, there we go. So it's got like a very shaggy, bristly appearance right here. It almost like flakes off. I'm flaking it off. It's a shell I would have to bleach to clean up. I'm pretty sure this is a hairy arc shell. It's a type of bearded arc shell that sometimes washes up here in Queensland. Oh, that one's got a very pretty pink color. Is it a hole? Oh, it is a whole flat. Look at him. I bet he has been sitting up here on the sand just like baking under the sun for weeks, but it makes him look really good. It makes him look lovely and pink. This is the flat half of a commercial scallop. Oh, look at him. He must have been up here, sitting up here for a while. I mean, he is like very sun-bleached and white, but I guarantee you, if you put some mineral oil on this guy, he's going to look absolutely fantastic. You can kind of see some striations of color, like a bit of a pattern underneath him. It is another absolutely beautiful, scary murex. Okay, that is like a definite keeper. There's a lot of worn-away ones here, so finding a frilly one is very exciting. My goodness, that is probably the first fingernail clam I've seen from here. Actually, I mean, not for forever, but definitely for like the last few trips, I've not been seeing fingernail clams. These guys are sometimes also called razor clams. They have this kind of like really awesome greenish periostracum on them. And yeah, they usually are joined together and they have like a hollow center that kind of sticks into the sand and the little creature inside feeds on things in the water. Anyway, it's another good one to take. Also, where I picked up the fingernail clam from, I don't know if you can see it, these are extremely tiny little seashells right here. I am like not inclined to spend all this time picking them up and then sifting out the sand from them, but they're extremely adorable. I have dubbed these nano shells because they are so damn small. I've got like a whole big bottle of them at home, so I don't really like feel the need to collect more, but they're also just like a really cool thing that sometimes washes up at Hervey Bay. You just notice this like pink blush on the sand and all of a sudden it's like thousands of micro shells. Oh, I'm going to take this one. He looks pretty good because he's joined. He's got a nice pattern. If it was just like me being uneducated, I would call this a pippy shell. It's just like some slang for around here for this kind of shell. It's like a coquina sort of clam sort of shell. This one is called the Pacific bean clam, if I want to be a bit more specific though. I have not seen a whole one of these. I've seen a couple of broken ones of these today. It is a lovely, splendid top shell. They're usually like quite broken, like they lose like the top like first few revolutions when I find them. So finding a whole one's pretty nice. And I'm also going to collect this guy. He looks quite nice and shiny in that sunlight. It is the first conical moon snail today. They're like a sorted moon snail, except they're brown. This guy's got a predator drill hole in his butt. Oh, poor fella. We are, as always, continuing to slowly trek our way over to the mangroves. I can't wait to get over there. I want to find some more land snails, but I got a land snail, you know, far away from the mangroves. Actually, no, we are almost there. This is the Biggendon banded snail. It's named after a town kind of west of here, so I guess that's where it comes from. This one's a bit faded though, but I think he still looks nice with that bit of orange, but they can get a very, very red and cream color when they're nice and fresh. Well, it's been a while since the last scaly scallop. Wow, he is like calcified but very scaly. He's like a very nice size. Sometimes the scaly scallops here get absolutely huge. Actually, it's the same with a lot of scallops here. They just get big. This one's very interesting. I just like all the textures on him. Guys, the mangroves are so far away. I am still not even at the mangroves, but I'm finding a mangrove snail. Here we go. It is a little land snail that likes to live in the mangroves. It is the amphibian solid snail, I believe is its name. It's a very strange name. Anyway, it is another one to lose in the bucket of chaos. Another land snail, still not quite at the mangroves. Oh, look at this guy. Got some darker brown stripes on him than the first one. That is still very nice. Yes, these are called Biggendon banded snails for a reason, my goodness. Yes, they are 100% empty. I'm actually quite glad that all the land snails I find are not got like gooey gross stuff in it. So it's bad that they get faded, but also good that I don't have to clean out the the residual snail. Oh, I have been finding a couple of nice scallops today. Let's take a look. He looks nice on the top too. Look at this fella. It is yet another curved half of a commercial scallop. It's very large. Got that lovely like pinky purple up the top, that nice cream. But what caught my eye, of course, if I can get out all the sand, is that beautiful red color. My goodness. So the flat sides are usually the same deep red color as this. I got no idea why they're so pale on the other side. I think it's like a protection thing. I'll have to look into it, but it's very cool. Well, here I was just kind of sneaking another land snail into my my hand, but I just saw this one over here. Oh, I keep dropping the bailers today, don't I? Not many colours on top, but he's got a couple of spikes right there, so he's very nice. He's also a bit bigger than the first two as well. Yeah, once again, this is another baler shell. They can grow absolutely ginormous, but this is just a little baby one. Another Campbell's strombus. This one actually looks like it's got the tip. There we go. Let me get up out of the tree's shadow. Got myself a lovely one with some colours on it. Like, finding a nice colourful one is a bit harder than you'd expect. There are a lot of sun-worn strombuses around today. It's another murex. I've been finding a lot of really lovely murexes today. I'm just like super duper spoiled. Oh my goodness. Ooh, I keep dropping the shells too. I feel like I'm like having a super stunning day on this side of the beach. Well, I came over for this nutmeg. Let's check it. Yeah, pretty good on the bottom. Got a little bit of stuff chewed out of the side of it. Honestly, I think the hermit crabs further out onto the mud flats must have gotten to these first. But there's also a second one. So a couple of lovely jeweled dog whelks right here. And maybe another commercial scallop. I've been picking up a lot of commercial scallops today. I have not seen very many of these today. Yes, he is all whole. There we go. It is a short-spined murex. Wait, is this the second one? I'm having like a very long day today. But yep, another lovely shell for the chaos bucket. I have been hoping to find a strombus with some brown patterning on it. Ooh, is it gross inside? There's no creature in there. I don't want to give it the sniff test though, but I'm sure it's fine. Anyway, it is a wonderful Campbell's strombus. Look at that big, like, white-heeled break right there. So the snail, like, broke its shell right there and then it grew it back. It's got some nice darker colours on its pattern right there, so it's probably a more fresher one. Okay, we are still not at the mangroves. There are several goodies for me. There is a pretty faded land snail. I like it because it mostly looks white. Might leave this broken one behind. This is actually the first thing I noticed. Look at him. A lovely short-spined murex. It's got a very, like, they all have long siphons, but this one just, like, looks extra long, although that could be, like, the setting sun. I am in quite late here in the day now. It's almost 3:30. And, of course, this guy, because we are, like, at the precipice of being at the mangroves now. We got a mangrove neurite, and it looks absolutely lovely with that purple colour. It is a lined neurite. I'm hoping to grab a few of these today, as well as the violet neurites. Hopefully, if I can find some. Another mangrove snail. It's another, what was it, brown banded mudwell. I can never remember the names of these guys, but yep, I'm going to pick up a couple more of these if I find them as well. I just really like how it has a kind of like, amber brown color. How would you describe this color? It's brown and I like it. Aha! Another murex for Maddie! How many does this make? How many does it make that I've dropped? Oh my goodness, it is yet another short-spined murex. It's pretty dry today, but this one still looks like it's got some nice pink colors through it. Usually they look better when they're wet, but it's pretty dry, so I think that it'll just be like a nice, pink colored, not white and sun-bleached shell after I display it somehow. We are almost finally officially at the doorsteps of the mangroves, and yes, I have found the first Wental trap today. Look at him, he's got like a little predator drill hole right there, so he was eaten by another snail. It's a snail world out there. This is a beautiful Arabic Wental trap with all those lovely cross-hatched patterns. I've never found one with a whole tip. I think this is like as good as I've ever seen it. That is a very, very lovely shell. Oh, that is another solid amphibian snail right at the mangroves here. Now the sun is going down. We've got about an hour and a half or 2 hours of daylight left, so hopefully I can find some goodies before packing up. I mean, I'm hoping for some neurites, I tell you what, everyone. We are at the little mini rack lines behind the mangroves. Finally, we are here, and yes, I got my wish. I have a cute little violet neurite, gonna take him with me, and probably some more of these solid amphibian snails as well. I'm just gonna collect up however many I see now. Right in the sunshine between the mangroves, we have, ooh, he's nice, everyone. Look at him. He has some lovely little colors on him. Oh my goodness. It is the umpteenth number baby baler. This one's definitely the best though, with that lovely striking orange color on him. My goodness. We have another little mud whelk right here. It's actually got most of the tip. This is different than the first one I found. The first one has more like cross-hatched patterns. This is just a different type of mud whelk. I always forget the name of it. You can go into my hand along with the cutest, littlest, babyest, short-spined murex ever. That is extremely adorable. I knew if I looked long enough I would find one. Here we go. It's like, I was expecting that to be more broken. It's a little bit broken. Doesn't have a tip, doesn't have the opening, and I think, yes, it has a hole right there, but it is a lovely little precious Wental trap. My goodness, it's a lot different than the Arabic Wental trap I found. He's a bit broken, but I reckon he's still a keeper. I'm just gonna keep picking up some of the minis. Oh my god, there's like sandflies all over me. They're coming out in force right now. Another little violet neurite. It's got kind of like a worn appearance, but it's like shiny as well. It's very nice. I'm hoping for some very, very vibrant ones too before the mosquitoes eat me alive. Yes, they're absolutely everywhere. I might have to cut this short at this rate, but hopefully we find a few more minis. There's just a lot of minis to look through today. There we go. This one, after a bit of digging, is probably one of the nicest ones so far. I'm just going to collect up a whole bunch. I won't show you each and every one, but it is a lovely violet neurite. They're just a little small mangrove neurite, but I absolutely love them for that color and patterning on them. I might also pick up a couple of these if I notice them. They are a type of horn shell. I forget the name exactly. It might be a belted horn shell, or it could be something else. Oh, another neurite. There we go. That is, oh, I see a nice calf moon snail in there, I think. Another lined neurite, and I saw another lined neurite up here. Once again, these are common mangrove snails, especially for this area. They go with my little handful of other mangrove snails. And, yeah, let's look at this one. There we go. Looks like perhaps a calf moon snail. I feel like I haven't found one of these today. It's just a little juvenile one. It is a juvenile Hercules club whelk. I've seen a few on the walk so far, but they haven't been in terrific condition, so I've just kind of been like saving myself for the right ones. Oh, I promised myself, guys, I promised myself I would stop filming the violet neurites because I already picked up like, I don't know, 4 or 5. This one's just nice and big though. Look at him. Yes, he's a little bit worn away. I dare say that happened even while the snail was alive, but you can kind of see like some of the nice scale patterns in this one. My goodness, just lovely color. These must be extremely common here because there are a lot of them in the rack lines here behind the mangroves. Oh, everyone, stop the phone. I think I found the favorite. Oh, look at him. He's got his full lip. I mean, yes, he is missing a bit of his tip, but who cares? It's like in the dying sunlight. It is the preciousest of the precious Wental traps. I'm sorry, I have been walking out here for a very long time. There might be some dehydration happening. Anyway, it is yet another beauty for me today. My goodness, everyone, I just freaked out and I did poke it, but I'm just gonna like flip it for the first time now. Oh, is it? Oh, it is a carrier shell, everyone. Like, I'm in the one patch of sunlight. There is a lot of mangroves around casting some shade. So I'm just been like fixating on this one spot. I did not see that straight away. It is a beautiful little carrier shell. It might be a pallid carrier shell or a solar carrier shell. I'm not really sure. Also, can I get this into the shade? It's like the camera isn't making good work of it. There we go. Got some absolutely lovely little rocks on it. Oh my goodness, lovely tip as well. That is another probably favorite today. So here are the shell finds for today. And if you've enjoyed them, please hit that like button for me and subscribe if you want to see more shelling adventures. My goodness, everyone, what an absolutely massive haul of shells. Not a lot of moon snails, but there was just so many. And if it wasn't apparent by now, this was like a one and done type of thing. Instead of 2 episodes at Hervey Bay, I'm trying just a big one, just one big one this time. And of course, it is the end of the video now, so somehow we have to pick a favorite. And if you have a favorite as well, please let me know down in the comments. I actually don't even know where to start. I don't even have a plan. I'm just going to give a lot of special mentions. I like this flat that I got. Think that one's pretty fancy. I like the Wental traps. Oh my goodness, this larger one might actually be a favorite. I think that is a favorite. I want to give a special mention or a favorite to the carrier shell. My goodness, so unusual to find a carrier shell here. I've only ever found one other carrier shell here before. Oh, and by the way, the sun has hidden itself behind a tree. It really is the end of the day. This one might be another favorite of mine. It is a beautiful, scary murex. Got some spider webs in there. Hopefully no spiders. There we go. It's just extra frilly, extra lovely. I think it gets a favorite. Might also give a favorite to this beautiful Arabic Wental trap. My goodness, just had the Wental trap luck today with 3 Wental traps. Oh my goodness, you know what? Special mention to all the beautiful short-spined murexes as well. They were just like some absolutely fantastic ones out there. Special mention to the beautiful Campbell's Strombus. My goodness, what an absolute beauty. I mean, I picked up a lot today, but a lot of them weren't, you know, as nicely patterned and is in as nice condition as that one. So yeah, really liked that one. And of course, oh, I just love the neurites. This one's probably the best. It's very small, very dark, very lovely violet neurite. I also really, really adore these violet-coloured lined neurites. Love that kind of like purpley colour that they have. My goodness, it was just such a good day with so many amazing shells. Oh, and the land snails. Oh, my goodness, I think I really like this land snail too. There was just so much to like today. I've had an absolutely fantastic day. And that's it for this time, everyone. Thank you so much for watching an extra long episode. And bye, guys.